Hi, I am Jessica Graham Robinson of SacredSpaceHealingArts.com, and I'm here to share with you an evening ritual to make it so that you sleep better, that you get actual deeper rest, and so that you wake up tomorrow morning feeling more like your best self. So, in Ayurveda, we learn about the the power that is in the cycles, the power that is in following and staying true to the rhythm within nature, the cycles within our days, within our seasons, within our year, and how that can really how we really grow, how we really thrive when we do line up with those cycles. And so, as an Ayurvedic health coach, this is one of the things that I teach, one of the habits that I teach about is getting to bed early and specifically getting to bed before 10 p.m. when the energy changes, like the Ayurveda clock changes from a kapha time, which is a deeply grounding and embodied time, to a time that is very excited, if you will, a time that is from 10 p.m. to about 2 a.m. is the pitta time of evening, time of night. And it's the same during the day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that period is it's ruled by fire and water. And so it's very volatile. It's very sparky. It's very up and energizing and excited. And so you may have noticed that on those times when you do stay up later, that you may have started to feel kind of tired up until about 9 or 9:30. Like as you get closer to 10, and when you reach 10 o'clock, you actually start to get your second wind. And so that's when you've gone a little too far. That's when we want to try to be in bed before that, so that we don't have that happen. You don't want that surge of energy when it's time for you to be resting, because really what that surge of energy is for, if you were sleeping, that surge of energy is the time when your organs are naturally detoxifying, that you're cleaning house. So ideally, you want to eat an earlier, lighter dinner, your main meal happening at lunchtime, which used to be called dinner, and supper was supplemental, right? And so that we're not going to bed with a heavy feeling in the gut. And so we clean house while we're sleeping, and then wake up feeling really refreshed and energized, because we've naturally detoxed, just like a daily detox. We really clean out. That's what happens when you eat lighter, or when you really are tuned in, so that maybe you don't eat dinner, depending on what your lunch was like and what your activity was like throughout the day. Or maybe you eat a light dinner, maybe you but definitely an earlier dinner than some of us are used to. So my purpose this evening is to give you some tools that you can use to make it so that you're naturally having a lovely time as you get ready for bed. So we don't have to get to the point where we're so beat at the end of the day that we just drop dead in bed and fall asleep. But rather, if we can wind down slowly, if we can start to recognize the signs of getting tired and just allow ourselves to succumb to that, it's actually a nice feeling. And we can do things to help us unwind. So you can do a foot massage. You can set up a nice environment for yourself. So right now I have some candles going. I have some incense burning. And those are things that I like. So you think about, what do you like? What makes you feel really comforted and soothed and nourished and really relaxed is the key, so that you're really just starting to wind down in a very sweet and trusting way. So for me, that's candles, that's incense or diffusing oils, and then maybe doing a little bit of winding down yoga, maybe doing a foot massage involving some essential oils, and most probably involving taking a little bit of time, because this time right now, let's say about 30 minutes before you actually go to sleep, this is a liminal time where it's very malleable, and it's kind of in between states. So you're not running around in that mode of do, right? Like do, and you're not in that place of completely passed out sleeping. So you're in this in between space right now. And it's a special time where you have the opportunity to kind of take stock of your day and see what happened. What did you experience? What experiences did you have that maybe you didn't have the proper time to process? So maybe something happened at work, maybe something happened with a friend, maybe something happened that you didn't have time to fully process during that time when it happened. And so this can be a time for you to look back on that and allow yourself to process so that you can actually let it go. Otherwise, what happens is it just gets stored. It doesn't go away. It's not forgotten. Your body never forgets. So it's just there, and it's causing you to hold on to that energy so that it's taking away from your day tomorrow. It's taking away from, if you hold on to it for a long period of time, imagine how many things you might be holding on to that you haven't fully processed, but they're in that like in between place, and you're just kind of, they're just taking up storage in your mind, in your body, in your emotions, and it's like on a computer when you have a lot of tabs open, which I'm the queen of doing that it takes up space on your computer. It takes up space so that you're not able to process as fast and as easily, and things don't run as smoothly as they should. So it's like taking a part of the energy that you could be using on a daily basis, that you could be using on a moment-to-moment basis, but it's not available to you because you're holding on to it for this purpose later on, which you may or may not even remember. So it's important that at the end of the day, we take some time to look back and see like, oh, what happened? What do I need to look at? How could I have handled that differently? How did that feel? Am I willing to accept that? Can I forgive that person? What can I do now so I'm not carrying this with me into tomorrow, into my sleep tonight? And so we take a little bit of time to do that. And then take a little time as well to kind of envision tomorrow. What would you like it to look like? What's on your agenda? How, like, not just the to-do list, but how would you like it to feel? Can you just put it out there? Can you allow yourself to believe or hope even that tomorrow can be an easy day, that the things that need to happen will flow easily one to another, that the communications that you have to have will flow easily, and you will be able to have an effective and authentic and joyful day, right? So if you can put those things into place in your mind, in your heart, and you could even walk through the day in your mind so that you're starting to lay the groundwork for that to actually happen. And of course, it won't be exactly as you've thought about it or planned it, but by doing that, you're helping it to move more smoothly so that when you get to a point where in your day tomorrow something happens that was completely unexpected, you will find that you'll deal with it in a better way because of the preparation that you did the night before. I promise. So after you've done that, a sweet thing to do for yourself is to give yourself just a foot massage, just a really sweet, it doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be hard, foot massage. And so I recommend using oil, some kind of natural, like fully natural oil, not a lotion. Tonight I'm going to be using shea butter because that's what I have on hand, and because it's also really dry where I live, and so shea butter gives that extra super moisture that will kind of stay with me. So, and then I'm also going to be using, can I find them? Where did they go? The oils that I had picked out. I have some different ones here. Aha, I know where they are. I'm going to grab my basket right here. So from here, I'm going to pull out a couple of essential oils that I had planned to use. And these are two of my super favorites for, especially for nighttime, but really for any time. One of them is cedarwood. Cedarwood is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know if you can see this. I think it's a little too dark. Anyway, it's doTERRA cedarwood. Cedarwood oil is one of my all-time favorites that I can use at any time, anywhere. And it's just helps me come back to myself. It helps me come back to the moment. It helps me feel very grounded. And so I'm going to be using cedarwood and serenity. Serenity is known as the calming blend that doTERRA makes, and it is, or the restful blend. It's also known as a calming blend, but it's very, very calming, very restful, very easeful, promoting of sleep and anti-anxiety. It's just lovely. And so I've got some shea butter here in my hand, and I'm going to put 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of cedarwood. The cedarwood is thicker, so it takes a little more time to actually drop. And then I'm going to, so if you were using regular oil, it would mix even easier, but shea butter is solid. So I'm having to kind of just really warm it and mix it very well. If you have very dry feet, so if you've been wearing flip-flops and sandals over the summer, then this is shea butter is very thick and rich and great for helping with dry feet. So it smells so lovely and earthy. So the grounding and the super easeful, relaxing. So I'm going to pull up my pants a little bit and then try to pull my foot up to show you. So I'm going to put, since I have enough for both feet here, so I'm going to rub it all over the one foot just to get the oil in. And then if I have extra, I'm just going to rub up into my leg. And then I'm going to go ahead, since my other hand is still full of oil, shea butter and essential oil, I'm going to rub it all over just to cover the surface of the foot in between the toes and all over, so that I have a place for that oil to go. So then I'm going to do one foot at a time, and I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit. So here I have a foot. Again, like I just first rub the oil all over, and then I'm gonna pay a special attention to the heel, the bottom of the heel. I'm gonna use my knuckles here and rub like kind of little circles around, making sure to get around the heel as well as the heel itself. And then I'm even gonna rub the inside and the outside of the heel, which is the uterus for women, right here, the uterus point, and the ovaries, same spot, but basically, but on the other side. And for men, it's the testes, I can't remember what on the other side for men. But so now I'm gonna rub up. I'm gonna go from the inner heel using both thumbs, and I'm going to rub up through the arch all the way to the inside of the big toe. So that represents the spine. So the lower spine all the way up to the neck and the big toe as the head. So just going to rub the arch. So you may have heard about foot reflexology, and how foot reflexology is basically that different points on your feet are representative and like actively reflexive points to different parts of your body. So when you are rubbing the inner edge of the foot here, you're actually stimulating the spine. So now I'm just going to use two thumbs, kind of like we call that windshield wipers, right? We're going to kind of do windshield wipers all over the bottom of the foot, just making sure to get that really well. And then here the ball of the foot, just going to kind of get that really good. And then all of the toes. And then the fronts of the toes. And I'm going to do the outside of the foot here. Just the edge, just like I did the inner edge. And then I even like to do the top of the foot. You can do windshield wipers again, circling around the ankle. And then I like to just even take it up a little bit along the leg. That feels really good. Now we're going to go to the other side. So what did I say first? Knuckles. Knuckles, making kind of a circular motion on the heel and around the heel. And then rubbing the inner and outer heel ankle area. And then the arch of the foot, from the heel all the way up the arch, all the way the inside of the foot to the big toe, back and forth a few times. Paying attention if there's a special spot, if there's a spot that you hit that feels very like it's talking back to you, like, oof, that feels like it needs some extra attention, or it hurts. Listen to that and maybe give it some extra attention. Windshield wipers on the whole bottom of the foot. The ball of the foot, really good. All of the toes. The tops of the toes. The top of the foot. You can also do this cool ringing action where you're like almost like you would ring a rag around the ankle, and then I'm going to do up the leg a little bit. Yeah. So then I'm gonna do that, and I'm sitting on a tiny bolster, so it gives me a little bit of height. It makes it a little more comfortable, a little easier to sit. And now I'm just gonna sit well with right on top of the sitting bones. You can draw the flesh out underneath so you can be right on top. Spine is long. So you can lengthen up the whole side body, lifting the armpits and then taking the heads of the arm bones a little bit back. Not so much that you feel compression in the back. You want to keep lots of space there too. Rest the hands on your thighs. The neck is long, relaxed. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw so that the lower jaw, the whole lower row of teeth and jaw feel like they're dropping down away from the rest of your skull. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. As you breathe, see if you can expand your ribs laterally out to the sides with each in-breath. Explore that, and then see if you can take the breath into the back body, into the back kidney area, the backs of the ribs, all the way up, even toward the back of the head. Breathe down into the low belly and the pelvic area. And breathe into your heart space. And then some of you may be working with an intention, a sankalpa, or an intention that you're working towards, that you're daily reminding yourself of. If you don't have one of those, maybe take a moment and see if there's something you'd like to bring into focus right now that would be a good intention for you to set. And then we're gonna want to think of that in a very positive way so that it's stated in present tense as if it were already happening. And there are no negative words, so only positive. So I am light. All things are possible for me. Everything always works out for me. I look for the good. Just make up your own or choose one of these. I open to all the beautiful possibilities that lie ahead of me. I choose openness. And you're just going to breathe while you bring that intention into your heart. And then if you already know your plan, your agenda for tomorrow, just take a moment to walk through that in your mind. Like, what time are you waking up? What will happen when you wake up? How would you like to feel when you first wake up? What would you like your first thought to be when you wake up tomorrow morning? And then whatever if you've walked yourself through the day, if you had an intention, I want you to actually feel the words, and so it is. So that you actually give it some finality, and there it is, it has happened. That is what will be. And again, who knows what will happen tomorrow? Things may turn out even better than you had planned or imagined. But you just set the intention and really make it real. We'll fold the hands together in front of your heart. And just because I like to chant, we're going to chant Om Shanti 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 Om to close this evening. So we'll take a deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. I hope this was helpful for you. Please comment below and let me know if you have any questions or comments, what your experience was, what you'd like to hear about next. Thank you for watching, and I hope to connect with you very soon. Have a wonderful tomorrow.